Hey, welcome. Today we're going to talk about a word that describes something we all dream about, right? But something very few of us actually get to experience. So, what exactly is a windfall? All right, let's just jump right in with a bit of a riddle. Ready? What could fruit falling from a tree and a huge lottery win possibly have in common? I know. It sounds totally random, but believe me, the answer is the secret to unlocking this whole world. So that answer? Well, it's all wrapped up in the word's origin story. To figure out what an apple has to do with a lottery ticket, we've got to travel back in time to a fall, a very literal and very lucky fall. Okay, so the word we're unpacking today is windfall. Say it with me, windfall. It's a noun, yeah, but it's also got this really cool backstory that honestly explains everything about what it means now. So, the big question is, how did we get from fruit to, well, to finance? It's a pretty wild journey. And to really get it, we have to follow the trail, literally, from trees to treasure. And you know what? The secret to where this word comes from, it's been hiding in plain sight this whole time. Just look at it. It's made of two simple words you already know, wind and fall. And that's exactly what it originally meant. Think about it. Centuries ago, a windfall was literally fruit, apples, pears, that a strong gust of wind just knocked right out of a tree. It was like a free harvest. You didn't have to work for it, didn't have to climb a ladder. It was just a surprise gift from nature. Okay, so that idea, getting this amazing, unexpected gift that you didn't earn, well, that's just too good of a concept to stick to fruit, right? So over time, the meaning started to grow. Let's take a look at what a windfall means to us today. And here's the key thing. Today, when we say windfall, we're almost always talking about money. It's any sudden, unexpected bit of good fortune. But it still has that same feeling as the original, That feeling of surprise, of delight, of getting something awesome you totally weren't expecting. And here's a perfect example to lock it in. He received a windfall from his lottery win. See? That win wasn't a paycheck he worked for or some investment that matured. Nope. It was sudden, it was huge, and it was completely out of the blue. That's a textbook windfall right there. All right, so now we know what it means and where it came from. Pretty cool, right? But now let's get into how to actually use it. Because there's one really common mistake I see all the time, and you're gonna want to avoid. Okay, listen up, because this is important. Windfall is one word, a single compound word. It's not wind space fall. If you write it like that, it just means, well, wind that's falling. It seems like a tiny detail, I know, but getting it right as one word is everything. So where are you going to hear this word in the wild? Well, you'll hear it a lot in financial news. They love talking about a windfall tax on companies that make a sudden, huge profit. And of course, you'll see it everywhere in stories about lottery wins or when someone gets a surprise inheritance. Basically, anywhere there's a sudden surprise gain. Okay, so we've followed this word's journey all the way from an apple dropping in a field to a massive lottery jackpot. Pretty cool stuff. Now for the last part, let's make this personal. Let's talk about your windfall story. So just take a second and think about it. Have you ever had a real windfall moment? And hey, it doesn't have to be $1 million lottery win. Maybe you found a $50 bill in an old jacket. Or you got a bonus at work you totally weren't expecting. Or you won a prize in some raffle you don't even remember entering. You know what? That totally counts. The absolute best way to make a new word stick in your brain is to use it. So right now, just try to come up with a sentence using windfall. It can be about something real or, hey, something you wish would happen. Come on, give it a shot. And hey, if you really want to lock it in, share that sentence or your own windfall story down in the comments. What was that one unexpected moment of good fortune that just made your day? Because at the end of the day, a windfall isn't really just about the cash, is it? It's about that amazing feeling of surprise and pure luck. Thanks so much for hanging out with me.